All right, everybody. Welcome to the meeting of the committee to try to figure out what the average teenager is going to be, so that we can figure out which of these candidates the president is actually going to be staying with. So that's going to be our main topic right now, is to actually figure out which student we are going to choose. But first, we need to figure out exactly what defines an average teenager. So what is an average teenager to you guys?
Always on their phone.
Well, I would say the average teenager doesn't get in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Well, preferably if the world leader is going to come stay with them, right?
But the average teenager is a good kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
Probably makes good grades,
But not like super awesome.
right? Nor
Yeah, not an average.
not failing a grade either.
Yeah.
So good solid student, but not.
Well, and somebody that's involved
In the school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another important thing is to make sure that they actually don't like have any problems with the dignitary themselves, and can actually like provide a good place for them to be. So we need to make sure that they are like respectful and are actually like know where they're from and how their country kind of does its thing.
Okay.
Because say that our host or whatever, or our host says something that is offensive in their country, that'd be really bad.
Oh.
Well, how does the teenager know?
The internet, they can look it up.
Oh, so they know from where this person is coming and can do research prior to. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Probably good to have a student that knew people, right? So you could like introduce them to like other people or
Mm-hmm.
staff or teachers or something like that.
okay, I agree. All right. So
So what are the criteria? Did we
our
say?
criteria right now is good to average grades. So I'm gonna say that's like a B or an A or a low A.
Okay.
Is that about average? Okay, and then
Yeah.
we definitely need somebody that is involved. So somebody maybe in the student body that is in a leadership position or knows just a lot of people within the group.
Right.
And we also need somebody that's not really a bad kid.
Right.
So that they're very respectful to the dignitary. Is
Okay.
that
Sounds good.
what we've agreed on?
Yeah.
So those three. Okay.
Is there anything else we would like to add?
I don't think so.
I think that's good.
Okay. So, as you can see, we have 5 different options here for students.
Right.
This is another thing we didn't talk about. Do we want somebody that's on their way out and who doesn't really care as much because they're about to go to college as a senior, and who's not necessarily going to be trying their best in school, or a junior who's still fully engaged and trying to do their best?
Junior.
I think it could be either. It kind of depends on the senior. Because if they're involved in school, then they're going to be involved till the end.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not, they're checked out at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think as long as, if you get a senior who is involved, I think you'll be okay. But, yeah, I think, maybe even one of each.
So junior, senior. Are we picking how many people are we picking?
2.
We're gonna narrow it down to 2 at first. That way we can figure out and then go into the more specific things.
Oh, so finally come down with 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So looking at your list here, the first person that kind of stands out to me is Carmen Solis, because she's very involved in Drill Team, and that makes her very popular, I guess. But that also means that she is well connected within the student body, and it says here that she wants to invite the leader to a football game, which will show him just a normal average thing that every high school does, and I think
True.
that's really important.
Should we be cognizant of her grades?
Yes, that is a problem.
Did you want to talk about analyze the problem? What problems could arise when an average student meets an average political figure? We need to talk about
Are we
that.
supposed to be following this?
Yeah, well, he talked about making sure that they were respectful and
Oh,
Yeah.
all that kind
okay.
of stuff. That
Understand.
it would be a good environment for the political figure
Okay.
to stay
Okay,
in.
so now we're naming 2 students.
Okay, so they
Right.
need to be, okay, got it, okay.
So I was looking at Jada.
Okay. And
She seems like, it doesn't really say what her grades are, but she's a junior. She's real involved in art. It kind of depends on who this leader is. I mean, are they going to be into a football game? Are they going to be into a debate competition? Are they going to be, will they like an art gallery and museum?
I feel like debate is, like, I feel like more people would like a football game or art. I feel like debate is kind of not as, I don't know.
I agree.
Not as popular.
Also,
Yeah.
like, could be controversial
True,
or
depending on
offensive.
the topic. That's true.
Football's also more of like an average thing with high schoolers. Like,
True.
Not a lot of people actually go to the debate.
I'm thinking Carmen and Jada.
Okay.
Not Jacob.
Why not Jacob?
Drives a motorcycle, visible tattoos, C student.
Yeah, that's the only thing is the dignitary going to have transportation? Because if the student is supposed to get them places, the motorcycle's going to be tough.
Well, I would
Yeah,
assume that
probably
he's a
not.
dignitary, so I would assume he would have transportation.
I mean, Jacob,
He's not as good as our other options.
Pretty self-confident, which is good. He's well liked by the students and teachers, right, so he knows a lot of people. Right, he's got a good sense of humor.
But
Started a
then-
recycling project.
I mean, if we're going to look at Carmen's grades, we got to look at Jacob's grades.
Yeah.
I agree.
And we don't know, like I said, we don't know about Jada's because it doesn't say.
Mm-hmm.
The others, it all says grades. Ling is A+, Bahir is a B. So,
Okay. So have we eliminated Jacob as an option?
Yeah.
Because of his grades, is that why?
His grades, and it doesn't seem like he is the best example of an average teenager, and
'Cause,
doesn't
like-
seem like he would fit in very
Yeah.
well with the dignitary.
because I mean, how many of your friends at school drive motorcycles?
Or have tattoos. No.
Right, so,
Okay, so we've eliminated him.
Okay, because he didn't fit the criteria. So grades involved, not a bad kid, junior, senior, okay?
All right.
they're only juniors or seniors.
Yeah. Bahir. Why do we not like him? He has good grades. So you
Again,
just
I think the debates on current issues could be kind of touchy.
okay. So possibility of offense, and then
That's true.
it doesn't seem like he's very average. It seems like he's really outgoing within the scholastic system, and he's not
He
very.
doesn't seem very well rounded. It all talks about debate.
Or necessarily very emotionally
And
stable.
he was suspended. Yeah.
Yeah, suspended
Okay.
that one probably.
All right.
That's a no.
Okay. So we've eliminated Bahir.
Yeah.
All right, and then the only other one we haven't talked about is Ling Cho,
Right.
and she is definitely not the average student because she is definitely way smarter than a bunch of people with an A+ in line for valedictorian, Harvard, Yale.
And if, part of the criteria was kind of well-rounded and involved at school, it says few friends because she spends all of her time studying.
Yeah.
True.
And
So-
average doesn't go to Harvard or Yale.
That is
Yeah.
very true.
That's true.
I think it's between Carmen or Jada.
So
Yeah.
we've eliminated Ling because she's too awesome.
I think, I personally think Jada.
I am curious, though, about her grades.
On slow track until they discovered her dyslexia.
So it sounds like they've gotten it under control.
But it says she's also considered an overachiever.
And she's also an AP art, which means she does have.
She does have probably good grades then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's really talented.
She just doesn't seem like she's very connected.
At
with the
school, you
student
mean?
body.
Kind of depends on how many people are in the art club.
And also that could,
Active in theater, well-liked, steady boyfriend, very social, often dominates conversation.
In
I don't
your-
know, that is hard.
In your opinion, would the average teen really like to go to an art gallery, a museum, or a football game?
Well, but you're talking about
That's
the
different.
dignitary.
Yeah, I know, but we're trying to figure out which one's the average teenager so that he can have the average teenager's
well,
experience.
it kind of depends on the demographic also. Like average teenager, like in Plano might be different than in Dallas.
Well, let's assume that they're visiting Jasper.
Oh, Jasper?
Let's
Sure.
just make that assumption.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, in this case, it would be Buena West because they're seniors and juniors.
Okay.
Then I would go
Either way.
Carmen, maybe.
That's what I was thinking, just because she's very connected and
Just
very
more
average.
of like the American like high school experience, I guess.
I agree. Do we have any
And
reason?
she's captain of the drill team.
Yeah, but I
Too
mean,
bad she's not second lieutenant. First lieutenant, sorry.
she's got a big family. So she probably, because it says very social, often dominates conversation, she probably has to get a word in with
Yeah.
8 people in the family. Well liked.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
I
So-
just-
A little light on the Gregor, that's my only concern.
I know.
So that's
that's
the-
really the only
That's
knock.
our
But-
only bad
but,
thing
like-
about Carmen.
that's okay.
The average
He's
student.
not. He's not. The dignitary's not coming to like see what they're like. Not to study with them, but to get the like experience, right?
That's true.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so talking about Jada, we have definitely some positive things, but what are our negatives for her? We have that she doesn't seem to be very social. What else?
She only does art.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
not quite as well rounded.
Okay.
Yeah, not really going to give them the average experience of taking them to a gallery museum.
Well,
I think that's
generally
important, but if you're looking for the kind of the average
high school.
teenage experience,
Yeah.
that can't remember the last time y'all told me where to go to the museum. Y'all are pretty average.
Only for
Thank you.
Only for
extra
our
humanities credit.
school. So it seems like we're all in favor of Carmen.
Yeah.
I think
Sounds
so.
like
That
it.
should be good.
Okay, so Carmen is going to be our choice. So basic instructions we're going to give to her. I think we should just tell her to have respect and to make sure that he is in a positive environment.
Yeah, and it says she, you know, I think she should
Let him
not,
speak.
yeah, not overwhelm him. Because it sounds like she's pretty outgoing, but just, I don't know, be herself, but also be respectful of his being new or her being new to
Yeah.
the situation.
That's probably the caution, right? Very social, dominating conversation. So she just needs to be coached on making sure that she's asking probing questions and asking if he or she is getting what it is they're interested in seeing.
Okay.
Also, since she's the captain of the drill team, she's not going to be able to be with him at the football game.
That's true.
So she needs to find someone to
Unless they let him
that she
sit in the
trusts.
stands.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Okay.
we've decided.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.